Imagine coming to Mallorca, Spain, and not knowing what to do, and only wanting to explore Mallorca in just one day. I mean, how would you do it, right? Mallorca is so huge. Well, to most, yeah, it sounds like an impossible task, but that is exactly why we're gonna be making this impossible task into a possible one. And today, I'm gonna be giving you a full itinerary on how to explore Mallorca, get the best of Mallorca, all in just one day. If you want a full itinerary to have the best day ever, click the first link in the description and I'll go ahead and send you this amazing itinerary. Let's get into it. I'm right here in the center of Mallorca and this is exactly where we're going to be starting. So if you're starting from the airport, get to the center and we are going to start this itinerary. Let's make it happen. Stop number one, baby. Right here at the city hall, I mean, as you guys can see, it looks extremely gorgeous, and as you guys can see right there, got a nice little alley going on. Very beautiful, everything in general. I feel like the vibes here are very, very immaculate, and as you guys can see, I mean, this road itself is just, it just screams Mallorca, and it screams the beauty of Mallorca. Let's go. You can't get a full grasp of this entire historic center without one of those random streets. I mean, I'm basically in the middle of a random street that I just found in the historic center, and I'm just hanging out right here and actually observing the architecture. As you guys can see, I mean, wow, this just looks, I mean, you can't find stuff like this in the US. I mean, we've got really detailed balconies, really nice little small street, and everything just fits in perfectly and is looking extremely elegant. Wow, what a beautiful, nice intro to the beautiful city of Mallorca. Let's go. And just like that, guys, we have made it to our stop number 2. And the best part of stop number 2 is that it's about a 1-minute walk from stop number 1. We have made it to the infamous plaza right here in Mallorca. So this apparently is just a rectangular block of plaza with various different colors. I mean, the colors just pop, especially with the sunshine around here. And wow, I mean, all I can say is that this looks extremely gorgeous. I mean, people are having a great time around here, and I am having a beautiful time here as well. At this point, you might be wondering, okay, what is so infamous about this entire thing? So basically, it's literally the colors, the architecture, and the vibes. I mean, as you guys can see, every single color that is used on those walls, I mean, you can see we've got a little bit of green, we've got a little bit of yellow, and lots of different colors. They're all built just to make this corridor look amazing, make this plaza just an iconic place for visitors to come here, have a great time, maybe take some great pictures, and just enjoy the scenery and the vibes of Mallorca in general. Wow. So our next stop seems to be about 10 minutes away, and that is exactly why, you know, we're gonna walk, have a great time. Just you know, I feel like you need those steps, especially when you're out here in Mallorca and having some you know, great food. You got to make sure you balance it out. But as you guys can see, I mean, the vibes are right behind me from the infamous plaza, and as you can see, I mean, this is the back side of the plaza. I mean, when you come out of that beautiful hallway right there, I mean, you're just bombarded with shopping, or you've bombarded with food. Literally, the entire, I mean, there's a whole economy of Mallorca that is based around that plaza. So wow, I feel like now it's time for us to take a historic side of things. Let's go more into the historical side of the Mallorca itself and have a great time, and that is exactly where stop number 3 comes to play, and that's exactly where we're going. So let's go stop number 3, baby. We're actually going to our 3rd stop. I actually totally forgot, I mean, we're actually passing our first stop, but I actually totally forgot to show you this infamous tree that a lot of people are taking pictures with. And as you guys can see, this is literally in the center of Mallorca, and this tree looks amazing. I mean, as you guys can see, the entire trunk of the tree is just twisted, kind of looks like an olive tree, and I mean, I don't know, there's got to be some history and some type of, you know, significant importance out here. That's why people are taking pictures. But I mean, to me, it's just a tree, and it's looking extremely gorgeous. So I'm still taking this beauty and immersing it all, because I mean, who would not like a historical tree that actually looks gorgeous as well? Okay, all right, so yeah, this is a little bonus stop right after stop number 2 if you want to make it happen. Guys, I just keep getting distracted with the vibes that Mallorca has to offer us. I mean, as you guys can see, we're just literally walking to our 3rd stop, but I keep just getting stuck in the I don't know, there's something about this architecture that just makes me feel like ooh la la. I mean,
Ooh la la, wee wee.
I'm literally coming from there and I'm about to just, you know, go to my 3rd stop using these like very narrow stairs that we've got right here. Earlier, I mean, actually getting the full grasp of Mallorca in just one day is extremely hard. But I feel like, I don't know, you're still able to do it because there's a way to do it. For example, I'm literally just walking to my 3rd stop and right behind me I see is the Parliament of Mallorca, and wow, I mean, this building looks gorgeous as well. Am I gonna spend the rest of my day over here just trying to, you know, get a picture of the Parliament and actually just stop? So if you want to actually grasp Mallorca and use this itinerary that I'm having, all you have to do is just do quick pit stops, exploring, and actually this specific itinerary, I mean, if you put this in Google Maps, you're gonna get to this Parliament regardless. I mean, you're gonna see some great views and great vibes right here in Mallorca. So this is a little bonus stop right in between 2 and 3, the Parliament, baby, right here in Mallorca. I'm loving the little hallways that these guys have in their Parliament right here. As you guys can see, that was the initial side, and then yeah, this little balcony. I mean, I'm sure a lot of important decisions are made around here. Mallorca, Spain is filled with distractions. So as I'm en route to route number 3, all I see is this beautiful walkway filled with amazing trees. I mean, we're just surrounded by trees. We're surrounded by statues. I mean, this kind of is reminding me of maybe Egypt. Not really though. But yeah, I mean, the vibes here are immaculate, and I am having a great time. So make sure to grasp this little corridor on the way to number 3. I mean, itinerary number 3, baby. Let's go. As I told you guys, I mean, we are going over to the historical side of Mallorca, and all I can tell you, hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, and you? Yes.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yes. C'est pour la télé?
English.
English? Ah, vous êtes en finale foot Euro? England,
beautiful.
Yeah. Tout ça là.
Oh, England. Look.
Yeah.
Yes, beautiful.
Excuse me, sir, I'm a bit lost.
Oh, you're a bit lost here, huh?
Yeah, I'm a bit lost.
Oh my God, how'd you get lost?
Well, I've made a few wrong turns and I finally caught up and found the way.
Well, perfect. I guess you can tag along now. Hey, remember history class? Well, I do too. And right here in Mallorca, we are possibly seeing one of the churches that we saw in a history class. So we are right in front of the cathedral right here in Mallorca. I mean, this is a very, very gorgeous place. And again, like we said in the itinerary, this is our 3rd stop right here, and only about a 10-minute walk from our last stop. And as you guys can see, I mean, the cathedral is looking nothing but majestic. I mean, the intricacies of the architecture are just beautiful. I mean, how do you even create something like this, right? I actually have no idea. I mean, I don't know how you would create something like this, but this actually has a very, very huge significance within the Gothic community. Apparently, this was built in the 1630s, and as you guys can see, it's actually right next to the water, and that kind of gives it a little bit of a significance as well, because I don't know, I kind of Googled it, and I'm just like, oh yeah, what is this supposed to be? And they were like, oh, it's a Gothic church built in the 1630s, and it's right next to the water, and it has a huge, within the Catholic Church, it has a huge significance as well. So, I mean, stop number 3 is right here, and cathedral right here in Mallorca, and we are having a great time. And as you guys can see, the majestic views are nothing less than majestic. Let's make it happen. All right, guys, giving you guys a closer look at this gorgeous thing, and as you guys can see, I mean, the architecture looks gorgeous. I mean, wow. And this thing is beautiful. Oh, we got a little horsey right here. All right, while looking at the architecture. But as you guys can see, I mean, this thing is massive. I mean, massive, detailed, and beautiful. What else could you ask for, right? So remember where we thought we were on the front side of our spot number 3? Well, actually, we were on the back side, and I got a little too excited. But, you know, no worries on that end, because now we have finally made it to the front side of the Cathedral of Mallorca. And I honestly really like the views that we've got right here, especially because we have the beautiful, beautiful ocean right in the front. I mean, as you guys can see, it just looks nothing but majestic. And wow, I mean, all you can see is the abyss, a little bit of the coastline of Mallorca. And I mean, wow, right? What a beautiful day it is, and what a beautiful view there is right behind us. And this, I mean, as I'm walking, the view just keeps getting better and better, because every single time I'm walking, another step in, I see another detail that I just did not actually observe from the start. I mean, this thing's also extremely massive. From the back, I thought it was massive, but then I looked at the front, and it just keeps going. And oh my God, it's always the little entrances that provide the most amount of detail. And as you guys can see, this entrance actually looks pretty sick as well. And wow, what a beautiful day right here at Cathedral, right here in Mallorca. And wow, what a great stop 3, right? I mean, how could you not come here as your stop number 3 as your introduction to the historic side of Mallorca? And of course, with a little bit of beautiful views of this amazing water that we have right here in Mallorca. All right, let's go to stop number 4. Let's go. All right, fellas, and a bonus stop after the cathedral is actually this amazing museum that we have right behind the cathedral. And as you guys can see, I mean, the vibes here are very, very immaculate. And my favorite part is this little statue that they've got going on. It looks pretty cool with the little, you know, trees right here. And there's just something about this architecture that just makes you feel like, ooh la la.
Ooh la la, wee wee.
I mean, everything here is looking fantastic. We're not gonna go into the museum, but we just like checking it out from the outside. And I'm so glad you guys are here with us. So stop number 4, let's make it happen. And that is the exit. Oh, I actually didn't even see that little monument situation. That actually looks pretty cool as well. But this is, I mean, look at these massive gates that we've got. But oh my God, right as we get out of the gates, you guys can see the amazing, amazing architecture of that beautiful cathedral right there. Wow, what a day has been. Let's go Mallorca. Stop 4, let's make it happen.
Just as we're about to walk off, we had to get the whole visual of this beautiful cathedral. I mean, this is the cathedral. We couldn't have missed this shot. Now let's go to our next stop.
I mean, the cathedral deserves a second take. I mean, as you guys can see, this thing is looking extremely gorgeous, and just how massive this is. I mean, the sheer size of this thing is just unimaginable, and the details in there are extremely pretty. I mean, right on the coast, looking this good, how could you not be obsessed with this cathedral right here? Such an amazing time right here at our spot number 3, baby. Let's go. So the best part of Mallorca is actually everything is so close, especially when you're in the center, because as you guys can see, I mean, we've got the cathedral right there, and our next stop is literally right next to it, and which is basically the palace. So the palace right next to the cathedral sounds ancient, sounds historic. That's exactly where we're going. It's only about a 1-minute walk. We're gonna try to get a good view for you guys. Stop number 4, let's go, baby. Alrighty, just like that, guys, we are here on spot number 4, and this is the palace right here in Mallorca. And as you guys can see, I mean, it is looking extremely gorgeous. I mean, there's this certain like Game of Thrones type of architecture that, you know, is the vibe around here, especially seaside. I mean, as you guys can see, we've got the little like jail looking gate, and then we've got that little beautiful entrance, and they all just look mesmerizing. I mean, the beauty, I do actually wonder what kind of rock these guys are using. I mean, the materials that are being used around here, they don't seem to be the same materials that we use kind of back home. So let me know in the comments down below, like whether this is a very specific type of material that these guys are using. I mean, all this was built in the 1600s, so I do wonder if this material is still being used in construction. And I feel like they don't make stuff like this anymore. Like, what happened to architects, right? I feel like architects are not really about this kind of vibe anymore. And I feel like we need to bring this back. So if you're an architect, you got to bring stuff like this back, man, because this is gorgeous and this is amazing. wow, what a beautiful stop for, baby.
So actually, while we're walking by the beautiful palace, we are about to walk through the garden of the palace. So come along with us. This is literally just all right next to each other, just another 1-minute walk. And you're in this, wow, gorgeous greenery. Look at this adorable green arch we have going on here. And I can't wait to get to the next stop. Let's go.
I'm a humongous fan of Italian cypress trees. And whenever I see Italian cypress trees abroad, especially in this part of Europe where their native habitat is, I get really, really excited. As you can see right behind me, we have a beautiful row of Italian cypress trees right in the garden of the palace. I mean, wow, right? And actually, my favorite part is not even the row of trees itself. It's more like the fountains and the trees and the statues all just coming together. I mean, right there we have a beautiful corridor with a statue at the end. We come on this side, beautiful Italian cypress trees. All the way to the back, you can see a beautiful monument / statue. And all of this just comes in perfectly and makes an amazing time. Wow, what a beautiful bonus stop right after stop number 4 right here in Mallorca.
So as we're walking to our next stop, we came across this beautiful path and we're about to go down it because this is the direction we have to go. But I saw this place called El Tunnel and I thought, ooh, spooky. What if it's a cute little tunnel that we're missing in town? But it's just a restaurant. Still a cute restaurant, but we'll continue our journey and off to stop number 5.
En route to stop number 5, we are walking it through this amazing, very narrow alley with the restaurants all around, vibes just looking immaculate. And I feel like this is the type of Mallorca a lot of people just never get to experience. And I feel like the local side of Mallorca is sometimes needs to be studied and needs to be observed as well. I mean, you see, this is how people are living. These are the streets that people are walking every single day. I mean, you're a tourist, you go to the cathedral, you're like, oh yeah, this looks like, yeah, this is it. But I mean, these are the real streets. This is where the locals are basically living, doing their groceries, having a great time, going to eat at restaurants. And I feel like I'm very glad that I'm taking you guys along right here, this beautiful localized journey with you, because this is nothing less than majestic. Let's go to stop number 5. And just after a quick 8-minute walk, we have made it to our 5th spot, Loggia del Palma. And as you guys can see, I mean, this building is gorgeous. And this is supposed to be a great representation of the Gothic architecture. And I mean, as you guys can see, I mean, the details here, like, if I was an architect, I would not be able to like put this much detail in such a big infrastructure right here. But as you guys can see, I mean, these guys were able to do it. And all of them is just like, this just looks massive, amazing, insane. And it just defines the architecture right here in Mallorca perfectly. So I feel like you have to check this one out just because, you know, it's a part of the culture, the architecture, the history. And honestly, I also think it's kind of funny that these guys actually put these statues right in front of the Loggia del Palma. There's this man statue right here and there's a woman statue right here. And it's funny because we've got the old architecture and then these guys put like modern art pieces right in front of that, just to give us a little bit of that perspective that, hey, you know, we might have the history, we might have like all the beautiful culture from the ancient times, but we are also still modern and we still have the modernism, and the way it just combines together, it is a piece of art. I mean, this is a straight beauty right here, just the old and the new combining together to make it into an amazing experience. So come over here to the 5th spot. Let's go. Hey, remember when I told you Mallorca is like so small, especially when you're in the center, and it's so easy to explore it properly? Well, okay, let me just give you an example. As you guys can see, right behind me is our maybe third stop right there, the cathedral. And right next to it, we have our 4th stop right there, and we're able to kind of see it, both of them right behind us. And I mean, as you guys can see, I mean, the view is just nothing but spectacular. It looks extremely gorgeous, and it's a great representation of the Gothic historic architecture that we've got going on right there. And I mean, as you guys can see, there's like more stuff out there right here, right, if you can see, all the way to the right. That's basically our first stop right there. So literally, it's this little strip of area where everything is. And as you guys can see, we've got the coast right behind it. And wow, right? Mallorca is like such a, like it kind of feels like such a big city, like, oh, there's so much to do, blah, blah, blah. But it's so small. But the beauty of it, as you guys can see, I mean, it's immensely amazing. And we are having a great time right here.
Sam couldn't have said it better about this city being so amazing. But you know what? I think it has such an adorable charm to it. I think the city of Mallorca is just so charming, and I love being here.
And just like that, our sixth spot is right here, Antony Beach, one of the most infamous beaches right here in Mallorca. And it was a quick 20-minute walk from where we were, and we can actually kind of see where we were. Right there is the cathedral, all the way right in front of me, and then we just keep going off the coast, and right here is where everyone hangs out. Like, it's probably the best beach right here, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. I mean, we're gonna take this best beach, and we're gonna put our best selves right here after this amazing 20-minute walk and have a great time right here. Maybe jump in the water and you know, kind of feel what the Spanish water actually feels like. I mean, we already know what French water feels like, but now it's time for us to observe and actually soak in that Spanish water. So let's go ahead and get set up on the beach and have a great time. I mean, this is a fifth stop right here, and the thing is, this is not even the final stop. If you want to get the full-fledged experience of Mallorca, we are going to be doing some other stuff right after. We're hanging out at the beach and chilling. This is basically just a mid-break, I mean, midday break, having a great time, soaking in the beautiful sun and soaking in some water. So let's go set us up.
Sam, how are the waters?
All right, guys, so I just took a dip into the amazing water right here, and all I can say is that Mallorca water just kind of hits different. I mean, I had a great time taking a dip. I mean, the one caveat there was that, unfortunately, the water wasn't as clean as I thought. I actually did see a lot of microplastics, a lot of different, you know, algae, and especially as you're going in, the water does tend to be a little bit on the rockier side. So the beaches are not just straight up sand. It's a little rocky. It gets a little like a little bit rocky initially, and you just have to push through. And when you push through, you are finally able to hit sand, and right then and there, right there where you see the magic. I mean, wow, what a beautiful time it was right here in this beautiful blue water. And I had an amazing time, and I'm so glad that I got to take you guys along over here. I feel like we need to continue this journey because this one-day itinerary right here for Mallorca, this cannot be stopped right here at the water. I mean, the water break is much needed though. The magnesium was very, very needed. I mean, I actually hadn't taken a dip until since Santorini, so kind of glad. I feel like water just brings life everywhere, and I feel alive again. So if you're here in Mallorca, make sure on your stop number 6, you actually take a dip into this beautiful water just to gain some of that energy back. Let's continue. Let's go to our next stop, and let's continue this amazing one-day itinerary journey going right here in Mallorca. Nikaya, what do you think?
I'm feeling fantastic, just loving the beach, loving the sand, getting my tan on, and I just love how calm the waters are, and I mean, it's so swimmable. It's such a great time.
After our 5th spot, we finally had to make it to our last, maybe the best spot out here. We're gonna call it Bellevue Point or Bellevue Palace. Not really sure what it is, but I'm gonna have to, you know, do a little research and let you know. But honestly, that's not even the point of this video. The point of this video is the route that we're taking in order to get to this amazing spot. As you guys can see, we've got very, very rough route, which I'm a humongous fan of. I mean, how could you not love the nature-loving, the rocky, the very ancient type of route? I mean, this looks like a full-on hike, and we are really, really excited to see, you know, what this is all going to be about. Because I mean, the thing is, we had to save the best for last, so we had to make sure that, you know, we're taking you guys to this one and the last. I feel like you gotta end your day off with a bang. So let's go see what the bang is all about.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you do plan on coming here on foot, make sure you wear the proper shoes, because I unfortunately accidentally wore slides, and I still got this, you know, I'm still having a great time. but it is a little bit more difficult to be walking on this gorgeous path without stable shoes or tennis shoes. So just a quick PSA, let's get on and excited to see the Belver Castle.
When I signed up for Belver Castle, I did not know I was signing up for a Stairmaster class, but I guess, you know, this is a Stairmaster class. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the view is going to be worth it. But I guarantee it is because I've seen pictures, and of course, it's the last one on the itinerary, so how could it not be perfect, right? We're really excited. I mean, number 6, I feel like in order to take a full grasp of the city of Mallorca, how could you not finish right here at the Belver Castle, right? I mean, you have to feel like a king in the castle. So let's go feel like kings and queens out there. Let's go, guys. And just like that, after a quick leg day, we were finally able to make it over here to Belver Castle. I mean, the views that we're getting right from Belver Castle are nothing but majestic. I mean, wow. I mean, I feel like this has to be your last stop because you're actually able to get some really fire views over here. I mean, as you guys can see, I mean, the castle is looking extremely majestic. As you guys can see, I mean, it looks ready. It looks ready to fight anything, any type of war, any type of anything. I mean, this castle is part of Spanish history, and I'm so glad we're actually getting the chance to observe the beauty that we have right here at Belver Castle, and I'm so glad this is our 6th and last spot. As you guys can see, I mean, the other side of the castle is also looking extremely majestic. I mean, wow, what a day it has been, and I'm so glad we're finishing it along on Belver Castle, having a great time, looking extremely majestic. And wow, what a day, right? A 6th stop. But the thing is, the day cannot stop here. The day has to stop with some gorgeous views, and that's exactly what we're gonna do right now. Let's go.
As we're leaving Belver Castle, we couldn't help but notice the fantastic views of the port of Mallorca. It's looking so beautiful. You can see all the ships, the sailing boats, the yachts, and it's just so majestic. We love how there's multicolored water out here, and it's so calm. We're just loving all the views and everything about this last stop. One you definitely cannot miss.
Have a story without a conclusion? Would the story even be a story without a conclusion? That is the main question, or shall I say, the main statement that I'm kind of thinking about right now. And absolutely, I mean, all you guys are saying, absolutely, without a conclusion, there is no story. Nothing exists without the conclusion. And that is exactly why we are right here at Belver Castle, finishing off this amazing day of exploring every single part of Mallorca, all in just one day. And as you guys can see, we are able to see the cathedral, we are able to see the palace, we are even able to see the beach that we hung out in, and we are also able to see our boat all the way from here. I mean, an entire city, all that coming along. If that is not what a conclusion is, or the definition of conclusion is, I don't know what it is. All right, guys, thank you so much for tagging along. This was the ultimate itinerary for Mallorca, 1-day tour. I'm so glad you had a great time. So glad you stuck around. Let's enjoy this view one last time, and let's say goodbye to Mallorca. What a great city this was, right? Let's go.